It's Daniel Murphy. We got the Altec 75 footer heading into the backyard. It's actually the 4th of July this morning, and we got parties to attend. But in the meantime, I just saw this tree yesterday. Let's see if we can zoom in on some of this damage from out here. We had a bunch of lightning storms recently, and this tree got struck. It's got a main codom right behind that ash limb there, and it splits again when it gets up top there. But all the damage is down here. See if you can see that. I mean, that splinter is just 6 inches out from the trunk there. It's just a scary tree, man. So I'm feeling excited about this job. I wanted to get here today. The first thing I'm going to try to do is get there and strap it up. Just strap up that trunk. You can see it's just calm as can be out today. Not a bit of wind, and thank God for that. This tree's also coming down. The original plan was to put a crane in the neighbor's driveway over there, but the crane guys didn't call me back. I looked at this job yesterday afternoon, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? We can't wait. Next time the wind blows, this tree could come down. It could come down even without wind. Just fibers could just get tired of holding all that weight up top, and it could go anytime. So we're taking this fence apart here. The plan is to drop it across the yard, but we have to be very careful with that fence there. That's a painted fence. It's an old fence. It's, it'd be probably thousands of dollars if we damage that fence. It'd be hard to make it look right again. And this tree is long enough to reach the fence, so I got to get up there and strap it up first. I'll just zing, 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 cut everything. I'm not going to bother lowering anything. I'm just going to bomb everything. The Norway spruces are pretty tough. We got to slide a few branches off of there. We should be fine. But then the question is, how high does that bucket truck get? And then what kind of tops do I have to take? But I need to take to like 20 feet. I'd rather have 25 or even 30 feet off the top of this tree before we drop it. That's my plan right now. I got to get some weight out of this thing and get it short. That's definitely going to be the best move here. So, all right, there it is. Cracked up to splinters. See how far this thing moved out here? You see that? It's got to be 6 inches. We're doing the old kitchen baggies trick. Put our straps in the kitchen baggies. So we get a few straps on here real quick. I limped it up so we can see what's going on. Hopefully I adjusted these to about the right distance where they should need to be. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Good stuff. All right, that's one. 3 more to go. Oh man. See how she does. Feeling better already. Hoping to get 2 wraps on with this guy. One should be enough though, honestly. All right. On the back side there, but let's give it a try again. There it is. two. Might want to snap on there. All right. Hold on. Splinters. Look at this thing. Wow. This is probably the worst one I've ever been in. I mean, I was on a rope on a pretty bad one. Got a video of that, but this is way worse than that. I would have never climbed this thing. Two down, two more to go. I'm trimming a little bit up, but you guys see how bad that is? You see that? That is just cracked right in half, man. And here comes a little bit of breeze. Normally you'd like a breeze on a hot summer day, but not today, baby. Wind, take it easy on me, please, brother wind. Be calm, be still. Let me do my job. All right, we got two straps on, and this looks like where the crack starts, right here. Right there. So I'll put a third one on here and maybe put a fourth one on down below. Let's see what it looks like here. All right, feels good. Now I'm actually thinking about blowing the whole top out from here. I just don't know if I can trust that hinge. Even if I did trust it, but I want to do it, I'm just gonna keep bombing. All right, here's number 4. Get there, bomb it out, see what I can reach. Have more information, make a better decision at that point. All right, not the prettiest, but it's double wrapped. All right, bucket's maxed out. First crotch is right down there. Can you see that? I'm maybe 10 feet above that main crotch. And I'm at 75 feet here. And it goes up, you know, the right side goes into 2 leads, left side's got a big lead there. And it's just a lot of tree up there, man. Still. So I got options. I'm strapped up. We got 4 straps on that trunk. I'm taking a bunch of sail out of this thing as we speak. The chainsaw on a stick. The power pruner's coming. Make a bunch more cuts up there. Take a bunch more weight off. Maybe I'll take this back lead off here and try to lower it off itself. A little loose, actually. Let's see if I can suck it together. This thing here. A little better. All right. Oof. Let's see what happens. What it looks like from here. You know, I'm probably not going to take one of these sides out. I mean, almost no chance of it, but it could be limb locked up there too. Something we can't see from here. But if I can use that power pruner, take a bunch of weight off of this thing, I'll feel a lot better about it. There's the eagle, turkey vulture, saying, all right, you're doing okay. All right, good, good omen. Though I did hear the crow. Hear that crow? Caw, caw. Wasn't much, but there it is. Hear it? That's usually a warning. Just trying to take some of the sail out of this thing. Whatever way we can get off here, whatever sail we can get off, the better. quite a bit of it. I'm feeling a lot better as we keep going here. No guarantees on this thing though. So that backside, that left lead is kind of short. I might be able to take it towards, just bomb it out towards that tennis court. What do you think that is? It's only like 12, 15 feet max. And we got that whole right side. At that point, that thing might be leaning in a good direction for us. Oh, wait a second here, hold on. Well, we got a crossing branch here. See that? That crossing branch right there. If I could cut that, that left lead would go. I mean, it might go anyhow if we pull hard enough on it, but why? Why bother? All right, now this should be free. Should work. Mike, just drive back, drive back. All right, Robert, give that a pull, see if that'll go. Oh. All right. There it is. Right where he wants it. To protect that top from damaging the ground when that hits. It's all going to do some damage though. What are you going to do? Still a big top. There's the pole line right there. I'm coming down and I'm going to cut it below that crotch there and above the crack. It's all strapped up. We're pulling it with the skid loader and aiming for that mess down there. That ash tree. And there she is. We're going to pre-tension the line. See how she looks. The tree's leaning away from me. I should be okay pretty much no matter what. I'm just hoping that we have good hinge wood here. It does have a pretty significant side lean, but it's really tough to tell by eyeballing from here. I think right there is where my hinge is going to be, right in here. I'm going to aim it right towards the corner of the house. Let me get back here while he's pre-tensioning that and watch this top moving. I'm going to give him a hand signal. Now I'm giving him a hand signal. See that? As it's pulling, and I'm watching. I'm going to see that tree start to move a little bit. I think that's enough. And we got the swing set down there. It looks like we should have it. I'm going to cut a scissor wheel to help give a little more control against the side lean. Cut this notch to start with. it. I just don't like being up here. Who knows what that thing could do. All right, a little bit, Mike. A little bit. All right, you got it. Wow. What do you say but wow on that? A lot of top there, baby. Whew. Take a look at this hinge. Oh my God. This is why you practice on the ground and hone your skills. Thank you very much. Thank you, folks. Worked out nicely. Getting a little standing ovation from the neighbors over there. Anyhow, this is why you practice, you hone your falling skills on the ground. That wasn't a whole lot of hold control in that, man. That's his wheel. I had a few fibers there, but that is just all August calls that butterfingery. But it got the job done. She came up short. Everywhere, missed the dogwood. Main impact probably hit that. I mean, that butt coming back hit hard, hit pretty hard. Just get me a rope, Mike. We'll set the rope here and call it a day. Anyhow, there you have it. All right, so we're just gonna put a rope in this thing, come back another day and drop it on the mess here tomorrow. It was my co-worker Michael that made the call on where to make this cut. I was thinking, man, we'll just wait for the crane. That top's so big. He's like, look, cut it above the crack, below the crotch, plenty of room in the yard. And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Still a scary cut though. All right, it's Daniel Murphy. We're here at the scene of today's carnage, July 4th, 2025. I just want to say a couple things, some thoughts that are on my mind while we're looking at this mess here. I mean, it's the end of the day. I know I made that thing look pretty easy, and maybe it was easy, but it was dangerous. I'm still, you know, feeling the effects of having all that adrenaline pumping through the system, whatever the cortisol, whatever it is that your body gets stressed out and feels like, you know, I might die here. And I mean, I went down, well, I walked around the shop site a long time, you know, really thought things over and over and over again. It was like, I had to be 100% looking at different angles. Where are we going to pull from? How much pretension am I going to put on this thing with the compromised trunk? How, you know, how big a notch am I going to make? How deep am I going to make that notch? How thick is the hinge going to be, you know? And, you know, I mean, bottom line is, whoever's going up a tree like this, they're putting their life at risk. Now, maybe there's some climbers who are just used to doing that every day, whatever. I know it's your job, whatever it is, but no, this is a risky business. This tree was unusually dangerous. And, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I've gone up trees in the middle of windstorms that were just cracked in half and squeaking and popping and you know, defied death many times. Done a lot of dangerous, sketchy, really dangerous work. And, you know, I'm not looking for a medal. I'm not looking for any, you know, not even really, a pat on the back would be nice. But how about just a little respect? How about just a little kindness? How about just a little bit of like, you know, like you're out there putting your life on the line to serve the community, and we appreciate that, you know. And we're not going to give you a hard time. We're not going to be petty. We're not going to try to, you know, cheat and take advantage of you and throw some trumped up, you know, garbage at you. It's, you know, I guess we all got to deal with that a little bit, but I just don't have a lot of patience for that. You know, knowing, like, you don't know what I just did today. When I walked through that door, you don't know what I just did today. You have no concept. I mean, you can see it on video, but it's like standing at the plate, we're looking at a fastball 100 miles an hour. You don't know what that's like until you're actually there. You have to have seen it, you know. You have to have been there. What it's like to go up a tree like that when it's all cracked and splintered and there's jagged, broken sections of the trunk sticking out 6 inches from stem. Oh, it was just nasty. And I mean, thank God there was no wind out there today, but these little breezes kept coming up. And I know how wood is. Wood doesn't just always break at once. Sometimes wood will sit there and just finally just let go, you know, minutes after the initial impact. And it's just you would have thought, okay, we should have broken by now, and then it just breaks. It just lets go. So another aspect of this is really having a good team. The guy that was working on the ground with me today, I worked with this guy almost 40 years. I mean, he's just like, he's my right hand, he's my ears, he's my eyes. And it was his idea to take the top where we took it, and it was his idea to put this guy on the ground here to make sure that we had a nice splash pad that when that top slams into the ground, it wasn't gonna, you know, leave a 2-foot dent in the hole in the ground there to repair. And yeah, there's a mess to clean up here tomorrow. And I'm gonna tell you one other thing. You know, I believe in the power of prayer. I believe my life's been saved by angelic forces of God, many times. I prayed hard last night before I went to bed this morning, knowing I was doing this tree today. Last night before I went to bed, God, protect me, let me do this job safely, keep me safe, let me come home, you know. And this morning, the same thing. And not, you know, normally I'll just say a prayer before I start the job, but this one was that much more intense. And yeah, you know, like the number one aspect of doing tree work is coming home to dinner. So all you people that are worried about what you're having for dinner tonight, and you know, with the petty affairs of our human little machinations, you know, realize that there are guys out there every day that are going to jobs, making sure, hey, my number one concern is just to come home to dinner, whatever that dinner might be. So thanks for watching. You know, I'm grateful to have tree work. I've been doing the tree work all these years, and it's cool to be able to show it to people and see, you know, a little bit of. See what I did, you know, it's a little bit of showing off, but it's also showing what's possible, and you know, just I have a different style, I think, than most guys, and want to share that with the world. It's nice to be able to have that documented. I can go back and look at stuff that I did 15 years ago when I was climbing big trees and say, wow, that was pretty cool. Nice to have the record of it. So anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching. What do you think of this job? It's a lot. It's a lot. We got a mess to clean up tomorrow. Leave some comments. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much. Take care. All right, you got it.